Hello, YouTube. Here at Severe Way Attack. I come up to you with another crazy idea that I've come up with that I wanted to share with you today. And it might be your alternative solution, or it might be your only solution, but I'll cut to the chase because you might be busy and you might be worried about things right now and you don't know what to do. Um, with this economy, you might not have enough money, but I'll quit the chit chat. Watch the rest of the video after I get to the point, and I'll talk your ear off on why I think so. But if you have no plywood and you can't afford any, and you're caught off guard with any tropical or derecho, severe wind event, you think something's coming, you're not sure, but you always want to be prepared. It's better to be prepared than not, because the alternative's never good. The results are never good when something bad happens. But anyways, what I suppose and what I say, just a theory, take it with a grain of salt. What you could do is get a tape measure and run around your house and find any extra doors on the inside. And if you have a small bedroom window or something, and you can get this door inside the middle of your house, the one you don't need, it ain't offering no extra protection or anything. If you have no plywood at all, maybe considering using the door to cover up your window. And I say it like this too. Now I'll get into the other stuff. Um, Make sure that it at least overlaps the edges of it. Don't Not too much, because you don't want any air coming in between your siding and the window. That little gap right there could cause, if you get over, it would take a lot of wind. But I'm saying if this is like something, if this is an event somewhere between like maybe a 80 and I'm gonna at least, it'd probably be good up to 120. And then if you're gonna get wanting to fin yourself or something stronger at over 150, it might hold up. But I think in the middle range, something category 2 or 3 tops, definitely. I think it would hold up well against that, and um, a 100 mile per hour ratio should lick it, no problem. But well, okay, what you do is, you have no money, you're looking for a cheap solution, especially in this economy. What brought this up is I just bought a 1x6 by 8 foot long, and I paid 13.50 for it like a dummy. But it was convenient to getting into my town than running 20 minutes to the north and going through crowds of people and the traffic. It would have took about an hour of a day to run there and back, but I would have got that board for $4. Say you bought some plywood, but you didn't buy enough. There's a many different situations a person might find themselves in their life. And I think this is probably something that probably happens. That's why I made this severe wind alarm. Check that out if you get a chance to, please. That's a really cool patented invention I come up with. But here's something that I think is a good alternative. If you can't find no wood around, you gotta treat a hurricane a little bit different than like a zombie apocalypse. You can't have it in bars and layers. You can't have wind coming through and wind resistance getting over the overlap. Plywood's the perfect thing because it can be tailored to the door and it'll smooth over stuff. But I'm just saying, if you were worried about something, you just want something extra, this would be perfect if you live out in the country, you have a big yard. The chances of your door flying off and not getting snagged, on something, pretty slim. Or if you did, well, heck, but you tried, right? You can always find a table and knock the legs of it off and take the under trim stuff off of it, and then you could screw that up on your windows and whatnot. But I'm just saying, take it with a grain of salt, a little grain, maybe some truth to it, and maybe it'll work. Maybe you have no other choice but to make it work. Um, I recommend also that try to get, if it overhangs, try to get it. Now, if your door fits it perfectly, and you can get it in the frame of the window outside the door, then go about 4 inches a piece. Invest in a box of screws, or if you got a nail gun or something, you just want to go Rambo on it, pop, 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 up it. go for it. But try not to get too close because it'll break, or it's too close to the edge, it'll crack. Um, I recommend that, if all this is going down, if you get it in some place that ain't selling lumber and stuff, you can get in to get screws, and you get the longest ones you can get, but not anything ridiculously wide. You can get about an inch and a half off the edges, and go with like a maybe 5 inches apart. And before you do that, try to find like a bar of soap and put that screw in that bar, or rub it on the top of it. And then when you go to drill it, it'll also keep that wood from cracking and breaking and ruining the door. Because you can always, after this event passes, you can take the door down, and then say like you're just a few days from getting paid or something, or whatever it be. Maybe you don't have it, the economy, you can't afford that, or maybe you're just come up one board short, a few feet short. You don't have enough to cover it, but you got a door. You got like a bathroom door or basement door. You got some kind of door that'll cover up that one window, or maybe you want to do all like that. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but the alternative of having your windows smashed in and dealing with an even bigger headache, a lot of things don't look good, but they serve a good purpose. Anyways, that's what I've come up with here at Severe Weather Tech. I'm always thinking, innovating, and coming up with the best ideas I can for these severe weather times and events we come across. And I just want to put that out there. If you can afford plywood, find a door, and do your measurements right, and get that sucker up on there as good as you can. And hopefully it's the same where it'll act like plywood, it'll just go over. But if it overhangs, make sure it don't overhang too much, because that's something I study with. I study a lot on is wind friction and stuff like that. And the longer that's overlapped, the more of a chance you're running it getting actually pulled out and flung somewhere. But it would take a really strong gust of wind to do something like that. I say if you can get something like an old door, a really hard, thick one, a good, and not hollow, you get one of them up. Oh boy, might not be the prettiest thing, but it's gonna take a lot to pry that off there. I don't know, just spitballing the pros and cons of this idea, and well, run with it or not. Go use your plywood, do it the right way. But if you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You might run the same situation like me. That same board might be 3 times more expensive when you go to get it. Maybe they'll price gouge you in a severe weather event. Maybe you're caught off guard. I mean, I hope this doesn't age well, but look at Barrel over the last 2 things. They were hinting at it going to Texas, but now it's showing more of that turn. I mean, there's always stuff going on. There's tornadoes on top of people, and it never gets detected. And when the NWS shows up a week later, oh, it was a tornado. Yeah, no duh, look. That's why here at Severe Weather Tech, I'm coming up, inventing and selling these devices, and I'm also coming up there with ideas. Also had the idea for a flash flood alarm. Watch that video too, and there'll be more videos to follow. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay around for more updates. I got a lot of crazy ideas. I just ain't got enough time in the world to get them to you fast enough. Take care.